At $38.99, the sweat-proof tee from Thompson Tees gets you a streamlined fit under your clothes, invisible seams and collar tags, and guaranteed protection from your pit sweat. Worth it? Absolutely.
Caller ID.
This is what the company does best, so the scope of this review will be for the slim fit Thompson Tee undershirt that will be pictured throughout this B-roll. But I will compare it briefly to the original fit. There are some differences in the materials. It's slight, but I want to make that comparison so that you have a baseline. How's it made? Well, the slim fit is 95% rayon from bamboo and 5% spandex for a little extra stretch, whereas the original is 100% cotton. But they're both comfy. The slim fit's incredibly comfy with that stretch, and with these sewn-in pads under your armpits. Their patented design, it's not going anywhere even after wash after wash. Of course, I play it safe with putting it in the washer, and I hang dry it, but we'll get to that later. They hold up great. They offer standard sizes, standard fits, and they are true to those sizes and fits. And as for colors, well, on the whole, they've got a variety. But in this slim fit that we're talking about, they seem to offer it only in white and black at the time of this recording. The least amount of variety, whereas the original has got, seems like they've got about a dozen colors. And some of their shirts they offer in a flesh tone. And I understand it's not everybody's flesh tone, but they do have things that won't stand out as much as pure white or pure black underneath a dress shirt. Likely for you, the white and the black will suit you for most of your needs. Who is this product for? It is for those who need a surefire solution to protect their clothes, their nice clothes, from unsightly sweat stains. It's for those whose antiperspirant just isn't cutting it for them. It's for the sweaty among us. It's for those times when you need some protection. And maybe for you, that's every day. How much does it cost? It is $39, rounding up by a penny. And it is absolutely worth it. Now, the original is $33. I don't know what the disparity is, if somehow that rayon from bamboo is more costly of a material. But $33, $39, as of this recording, this is a great deal for something that will never penetrate as far as its patented pads. It is bulletproof for sweat, so I guess you could call it sweat-proof, or for when you're sweating bullets. Let me tell you this. Comparably priced undershirts cannot hold a candle to the likes of the Thompson Tee in terms of protection, true sweat protection. So let's consider the competition for a moment. Well, we've got Thompson Tee, or we've got Tommy John, the other T. Now, I'm a big fan of the Tommy John line, and especially because at least a while ago they used to feature some flesh tone shirts that wouldn't stand out as much against white dress shirts. However, as comfortable as they are too thin and too lightweight to hold up to any amount of sweat. It is an instant soak through to the nice stuff, to the nice clothes. And then you've got other sportswear, such as, and I'm bleeping that brand out. We don't need any free advertising in here. But these sports shirts with the moisture wicking, quick drying technology, this is actually worse for if you're putting on something under dress clothes or under nice clothes. Because, yes, these shirts, they draw out the sweat, but it draws it out to your nice shirts that much faster. Then you might consider the control group, just a 100% plain cotton tee. And while these can provide a barrier to some extent, you're just racing the clock for the inevitable, because the sweat will just soak through, and when it's saturated, it will reach the next layer and it won't protect you. Meanwhile, Thompson Tees absorb sweat and keep it there, all while remaining breathable. And your shirts, your suits, they're gonna be dry. Thompson Tee is head and shoulders above their competition right now. What could they do to improve? Well, not much. But if I had to nitpick, I'd say they could offer some more colors, especially for their slim shirt line. Like some more flesh tones. And I'm not talking about just people with my flesh tone. Let's get all the human race involved here. Let's get more colors in the lineup that can support your skin tone and support your dress shirts. And keep them nice and dry. Speaking of keeping things nice and dry, yes, the underarm area is the main culprit of sweat and the unsightly stains that come with it, but I wish that they'd expand their padding. I find that when I take off my jackets after a long, hard day of being Dr. Necktie, reeling in the bucks from YouTube, that my upper back feels a little tacky. And I think a little bit of padding there could be nice. However, you might sacrifice comfort, and I could see how that would be difficult to achieve, striking that balance between comfortable and still keeping things dry as effectively as possible. But that's a suggestion for you, Thompson Tee. Get to work. Here's what I wish I knew about Thompson Tees that I want to warn you about, that I want to make you aware of. So I mentioned laundry care earlier and how I err on the safe side to keep them nicest the longest. So I wash them gentle and I hang them up to dry. This is best practice for anything that you launder. So just keep that in mind. But here's the caveat with Thompson Tees. Their sweat retaining technology is so good. It's almost too good. They take a long time to dry. A long time. If I don't put a fan on them when I air dry them, full blast for the whole day, they don't get dry. I've had them up on the drying rack for 2-3 days sometimes, and I feel them and they still feel damp. The rest of the shirt, where the padding is not, is fine, but that padded area, it's so good. It's just too good. So if you air dry them and practice those best practices for laundry, keep in mind you're gonna have to put a fan on them. Be diligent about getting them dry before you put them away. Here's the secret to getting a good deal on them. And it's not even a secret. Because the moment you get on Thompson Tee website, I almost guarantee that they will throw up a pop-up in your face and say, get 20% off now. Enter your email. And even if you don't enter your email, if you go through the checkout process, they might say, well, create an account and we'll send you a code. Now, I get emails from Thompson Tee, and it seems like at least once a month, they offer some kind of percentage off, around 15, or it seems like it's 20% most of the time. So you'd be dumb, a dummy dumb, not to enter your email. Get some promotional emails for them to keep up with them, see what's new. And you're gonna constantly, regularly get 20% off deals. And I understand if you don't wanna do that, there are ways that you can find that 20% off because it comes around a lot. So you can get it even cheaper than $38.99. But remember what $38.99 gets you. A professional job at absorbing sweat is something that won't transfer onto your other clothes to keep you dry and comfortable. Yes, they are like diapers for your armpits, wicking away that moisture. Now, if only Thompson Tee would make underwear that did something like that, well, I guess that would just be a diaper.